Yo, welcome to Who Cares What We Think with your local neighborhood relationship administration assistants, Fred and Mo. A show where we talk about relationships, all relationships. A show where you can tap in with some regular hood reform men, ex-military men, men with issues of their own, men doing their best just to be better men. Let's get it poppin'. Disclaimer, if you like watered down, if you like sugar-coated, this ain't the show for you.
Street knowledge, we doing it big.
Yo, welcome back to this episode of Who Cares What We Think. This time we brought to you by Brax Logistics. For that last mile logistics need, Brax is what you need. If you need that last mile hookup, you know what I mean, getting it from point A to point B, you down there in Atlanta, holla at Brax Logistics. They'll get you what you need. Find them on the internet. I don't know what else. Yeah. Anyway, today's topic is about siblings. First of all, how many siblings you got?
So it's weird. So that my mom and my daddy, you know, they both had past lives, so to speak.
Right.
So on my daddy's side, I think I got about maybe 3 brothers and 2 sisters over there, and then on my mom's side that I actually grew up with, just, you know, my older sister.
Okay, we got a similar dynamic. So I grew up with my younger sister on my mom's side, and then on my dad's side, I got 2 sisters and a brother. Unless he got some more that I don't know about that I ain't met. I met those.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't met any more if he has any more. The funny part is about that situation is I'm closer to the sister that I live with versus the ones that I didn't live with, but I try to reach out to them, but it just I don't know. Maybe it feels weird for them. It does feel weird for me as well because I didn't know them growing up and I am the oldest. So,
yeah.
So it kind of feel weird to me, like to get into a relationship with them. Not saying that I don't have one. I have one more so with my little brother than I do with anybody else. But shoot, I ain't heard from him in a good little minute neither. But just praying that he stay out of trouble. I love him. You know, stay out of the bank. You know what I mean? We don't need you in there. Keep doing right. Keep pushing forward. Keep taking care of your kids. Everything else will work itself out. So I pray for him. But yeah, that's pretty much my dynamic.
Well, it gets harder too, because me and my brother were real close when we were younger. But I feel like, and it gets harder when you away like that, live in 2 separate houses as you become teenagers, and especially as adults, because I feel like as teenagers, you just a victim of circumstance. If I'm living on this side of town, you living on the other side of town, it's harder for us to get together. And then as adults, you really got to put effort in. And sometimes the relationship isn't there because, you know, we both got military background. And coming back after that, trying to
build something,
you know,
funny.
and I'm younger. So, you know, somebody trying to tell me that they my big brother and I done went to war already. It's hard to really, we kind of had different upbringings at that point. So it's like, we might be siblings, but we really don't have nothing in common.
I feel you. Like, I don't have no relationship with my so-called real pops. Like, me and him don't speak. Like, I don't have conversations with him. It's not that I couldn't have a conversation with him. It's that I don't think his mind is where my mind is. So the conversation is 2 different spaces. And because it's in 2 different spaces, he would probably think I'm being funny. But one of the things that he did for me was be absent. It taught me to always be there. You probably think I'm being funny about him being absent, and I'm not. At this point, I don't care. But him not being there taught me to always be there.
That's true.
So I did learn something from him. Sometimes you just gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah, and my older sister is 13 years older than me, and her So that was my mom's first marriage, and me and her pops, rest in peace. We were that he was like my dad.
Mm.
So that's when I think about a memory of my dad, I think about my sister's dad, because he was that figure that was, and you know what I mean? Like
Always came around.
he treated me like I was his son. And you know what I mean? Like he did, when people would be like, "Oh, this your stepbrother," he would get, "Nah, ain't no, we don't do no halves and no steps around here."
I feel you. I got
So
my sister currently right now, she's still in the military and she just became a warrant officer in the United States Army. And I'm extremely ecstatic for her. You know what I mean? Like that little girl there, that's like, not call her a little girl, but she a grown woman. But that's my heart. Like
yeah,
anybody, you could do anything to me and I probably can get past it. Ain't nobody can do something to her that I'm letting it go. I'm never letting it. Not with her.
yeah. The
She's that
relationship
special of
is
a person.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the relationship is strong.
And it grew over the years. It always, we had some bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
Trust me, we had some bumps and
Oh,
bruises.
yeah.
I wanted to tear her head off her shoulders one couple times, but I ain't do it. You don't put your
Yeah.
hands on a woman, but I wanted to. I wish she was a dude for like 15 seconds. I'd have gave her that work. But because she ain't, and I can't get that, you know what I'm saying? I would never do that. We just had to figure it out. And we did. Which is dope.
Now, my brother, older brother, I think my brother only about, not more than 10 years. So within less than 10 years, him and we have tried multiple times. We used to be real close when we was younger, but we tried multiple times in our adult lives to be cool, and it never worked out. We just two completely different people, and now we just clash. So we don't have no, you know what I mean? It's sad because everybody especially I feel like everybody want a brother, but when you get older, especially being a black man, you definitely want like that other brotherhood support system, or somebody that really understand and supports you. So it do hurt a little bit more that we don't have a relationship, but you know, I'm in my 30s now. I got kids of my own that I'm trying to teach to have relationships with siblings and stuff. So it's like I can't keep chasing after that. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that. I got a similar situation, but it's not with my immediate family. It's on the opposite side, with my wife's family. So recently we just had a passing in the family, which was my wife's oldest brother.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. It was devastating. We kind of prepared ourselves for it. We knew it was coming, you know what I mean? But it still hurts when it happens. But the middle brother, which I love him to death. I do. But he gonna be who he gonna be. She gonna be who she gonna be. And it's a clash of the titans. Sometimes he don't understand that the stuff that he does affects my household.
Oh, that's true.
Like, bro, you doing stuff.
Yeah,
to
that's
ignite
true.
flames in here, bro. We copacetic. Don't bring that bullshit over here, cuz, like, for real.
I don't think they realize. Some people don't realize, like, especially siblings, they just, because they so used to it just being, that's my sister or my brother.
I get too fluffy.
You don't realize.
That baggage over here on me.
I'm tied to them now. So anything you do to them, it affects me.
She walk around here 10 iron skillet hot. And every time you say something to her, she ready to tear your goddamn neck off because of this motherfucker.
Because of you.
Because he don't want to answer the phone to go sign the paperwork to get his brother cremated.
It be family business.
Yo, this shit crazy, bro.
It be family business. That's why sometimes you gotta separate.
I've stayed out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stayed out of it. I support her and her only. When he called the other day, he was like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, hold on, here she go. I ain't in this. I'm not in this, bro. As long as it don't get out of hand and you try to put your hands on her or you calling her crazy names, I ain't got shit to say. But if y'all arguing, that's siblings. I ain't in it.
Right. No, I agree. I stay out of that. My wife, she got a sister, and they pretty close in age. They like 4 or 5 years. And yeah, that's not that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm staying out of that. You know what I'm saying? And they both two females too.
Mm.
So yeah, y'all can go toe
they
to
get the
toe for
clawing
it.
sometimes?
Yeah.
do they get the beefing sometimes?
Oh man, it get nasty sometimes. It's funny. It's kind of funny because it's like anytime you see, I feel like two siblings always fight the same. From when they kids to they
To
adults.
the adults, yeah.
They always fight the same.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because you'll see two grown adults
Acting
reverting
like
back. Yeah. It cracked me up because I know when saying when me and my siblings bump heads, I what I mean, do the same thing. I completely shut down. That's just my way of dealing with it.
Yeah. I'm not. So I used to be the shut down. I used to be the closed up and don't say shit and just fuck it. Nah, a little older. You don't know when your next day gone.
Nah,
You don't know when you're not gonna wake up. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fact.
So why big over small shit?
It ain't worth it. Nah,
No.
It ain't worth it. Nah, what really be the eye opener is, let's say you and wifey, y'all get into it, and it ain't nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? But every house had a disagreements. Y'all get into it, and the sibling like, hey man, I see where you coming from, but you tripping. When they hit you like, hey, I understand, bro. But listen, sis hit me and she told me the situation. You gotta chill. How do you take that when the sibling come
I
to you?
haven't had that. So I'm not saying that it won't happen. It never will happen. It can't happen. But I haven't had that yet. I haven't had some nobody do that to me. Have you?
Nah, I ain't never had it, but I feel to be a buck with you. I feel like if it did happen, I feel like I would kind of be like, damn, I am tripping. I would feel like if somebody went out their way to be like, hey, bro, you need to, then I would be like, all right, maybe I am tripping. Because you know what I'm saying? Unless because you can kind of judge the relationship. When you come in and the family nosy, then maybe I wouldn't care if somebody said something. Right. But if you come in and everybody laid back and then out of nowhere, people hitting you like, hey.
Yeah, it's kind of a red flag because you kind of.
Yeah, you like, hold on, maybe I'm tripping. I shouldn't threw my drink at dinner last night.
Let's give it up for the parents that do step in and that mind their business at first and then step in when it's necessary.
Yeah. Round of applause.
Go give it up. All right, so we're gonna hit to that segment. You know what time it is? That social scroll, brother. You got one first?
Ooh. All right, hold on. I sure don't, but I will.
I got one right now.
Go ahead.
Lakers have discussed a trade for Buddy Hield.
That's big. That's big.
What position Buddy Hield play? He played the 2, right?
Yeah, but I think he could possibly play the 3. I think they just gonna use him as a because they say they're gonna give up Schroeder and Kuzma, right? I think he gonna be more like the bench coming off the pine, sparking the second team.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield, yeah, because he could
like the 6th man of the year type.
Yeah, I think he could carry a second team.
Yeah, I think so too.
He could score and he could defend.
Yeah, he close.
He is. That's a good.
They were doing my man dirty out there in Sacramento for a while, not paying that man what he was worth. I'm glad he got that check though. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to that check. I appreciate them getting that man that check. But hey,
they act like they didn't want to play him. Yeah. Well, that's a good first move. I feel like because everybody talking about getting somebody. It's a name. Every team got a name right now. And it's crazy because it's going to completely change the landscape of the league next year. Just like this year, you wouldn't have said the Bucks was going to win especially looking at the East and looking at Brooklyn.
No, injuries.
After they got Harden, yeah, but after they got Harden, it was I wouldn't have bet no money against them. But the injuries, the fatigue, and you know what I mean, they just didn't have the chemistry. Bucks had the chemistry.
All right, so I'm gonna hit you with my second one off the rip because we talked about this on one of the previous episodes. It's one of the restaurants you don't like. How about
Applebee's?
Shaq at Applebee's.
See, I knew it.
Do Shaq own Applebee's? Shaq own a lot of stuff.
Bruh, he probably do got some money in Applebee. He talked about how he had like 200 businesses or something crazy like that.
I was amazed that he had the opportunity to sign the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but didn't. The Backstreet Boys recorded their first album at his house. Do you know what the bag was on those two groups alone?
That's crazy.
Every little Tina Bopper little girl was on their
He had the whole 90s.
Yeah, like they had it smashed, bro. Yeah. Like
he would have been eating on both ends.
Also, but he'd have been crazy paid if he did that.
Listen, I'm telling you, but you see what he said about them shoes, them Shaq fools. You may joke about them joints, but he say, hey, they selling like hotcakes.
Hey, brother, I'm not knocking you selling your shoes.
Icy hot. He got Papa John's. Shaq paid, bro.
I'm going back to them shoes. I'm not knocking Shaq for those shoes. I'm not Shaq.
I ain't never wore a Shaq.
The fact that you have took your shoe and you have made it a price where younger kids can go get it.
Affordable.
Affordable for them to go
get
it. But Shaq, can you do me a favor and the rest of the community? Hire a better designer. Stop copying off of Jordan shit, because that shit is not right. It just don't look right.
But what's crazy is them shoes back then, if somebody showed up to the playground with some Shaq fools, I'm staining their ass. Off the rip.
First of all, they just like
stain.
In my era, we called them the Bobos. Like if you got shoes from the grocery store,
the knockoff joints.
Them like the modern day Bobos.
Yeah, you getting stained on for sure. I'm talking about your mama, your granny, everybody in your family broke as hell if you come up there with them on.
I'm with you.
But in this trend, and this is the two trends, either you pretend like you got a bunch of money or you pretend like you just don't have nothing. And it's cool. So now you can walk around in a pair of Shaq fools and some flannels that you got from Ross and you swagging. That was the whole Macklemore little swag that came off the thrift shop shit. Niggas don't shop at the thrift shop like that. They don't even have sizes for big niggas, so stop playing.
It's your turn for the social scroll.
Only skinny niggas is shopping at Ross. Stop acting like they got shit up there. All right, bet.
Actually owns 17 and Auntie Annie's, 155 Five Guys, 1 Krispy Kreme, and 9 Papa John's.
I fuck with the Five Guys.
155 of them.
Hey, Five Guys slapping though. He know what's up with that shit.
Yeah, tell him, hey, them fries though, bro. All that grease.
But they give you a lot of them.
But yeah, can we cut down on all that grease, fam? You know, we already, them burgers is busting.
The burgers is
busting out the band though. Yeah,
for real. Them burgers that had your ass spunt for a minute.
So let's go to your social scroll.
All right, bro. So California man tweeted on June 3rd, I got 99 problems, but a vaccine one. Died from COVID.
Sad.
That's why you can't be making fun of shit, bro.
Sad.
That's why you can't be making fun of shit.
That's sad.
My man said, I got 99 problems, but a vaccine one. God said, oh, I'm going to have to get you up out of here then. I'm going to have to get you up out of here. Hey, man, I ain't going to tell you to get vaccinated. I ain't going to tell you nothing. Do what you feel and feel what you do. But just know that if you quote Jay-Z and you die a month later, I'm going to have to clown you. I'm sorry.
I just wish that everybody wear masks regardless of whether you have
The
been
status.
vaccinated or not been vaccinated.
The
That
status.
way, everybody's protected somewhat.
I
Instead
agree
of
with
just
you.
walk around this joint with nothing on. I get it. You got the right not to wear it. You got the right to not, you know what I mean? I get it. But if you ain't gonna take the shot, just come on, man. Yeah, Lee, it ain't killing you.
No, and that's
I
how I
get it.
feel. That's how I feel too. At this, especially at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't none of us, we ain't never gonna get back to just enjoying life until we get over this little bump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do what you do, whatever you do to feel protected. But just know, if you say you ain't got no problems, and then you fuck around, get COVID, and die, you might be a meme. The internet don't care. You might be a meme.
Never lost. So you right about that.
You might be a meme.
What's your second social scroll?
All right, bro. So my second social scroll is we just started the Olympic Games.
Yep.
We got going. Now you had Sha'Carri
Richardson.
who can't compete
Right.
because of the marijuana, but you had one of the females from the Olympic soccer team
Yeah.
saying that she uses CBD regularly as therapy. And obviously she's still competing. And you had another individual on the swim team who has some sexual assault allegations, who's also still allowed to compete. Now, I'm just leaving this. I'm gonna leave race out of this. I'm not even we obviously know what Sha'Carri is, but I'm gonna leave everything else out of this. And I just, based off of that, do you feel like she got fair treatment?
Absolutely not. So I feel that I don't know if it was a race play, but I know it was a money play. So they stopped their bag. And I don't agree with people stopping people from eating, especially when it's something to me, they make marijuana so bad,
Criminal.
like it's so criminal when it's way less harmful than an aspirin.
Right.
which is crazy. So to me, it's a money play. They have to keep attacking it because they want to keep making it illegal because it can actually help remedy probably some of these ailments and illnesses, and pharmaceutical companies can't get paid. That's what I think. I don't know if I'm true. I don't know if I'm facts. I ain't saying that's real. I ain't saying that's stamped. That's just what I think. But
I agree. I definitely feel like it's unfair, and I feel like it's I agree with you. I don't necessarily feel like it's a race thing. I feel like it's a cultural thing, and I feel like it's more so she represents the younger culture who, you know what I mean? Like we don't look at weed the same. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely classified as medicine. It is definitely safer than alcohol, in my opinion, and definitely any type of anxiety pills. And you know what I mean? And we can go stat for stat on that. So I think that it's a cultural thing that it's just it's like the younger generation. You know, the Olympics is the board of that is not, that was a Japanese Olympic board. And if you look at Japanese culture, you know what I mean, you'll get life in prison for having a gram of weed over there. So I felt like it was more of a cultural play, just kind of shooting things down. Now, would it have been different had there been more American influence? No, because we still treat, you know what I mean? We still treat it. You got so many people, even including politicians, saying that it's medical, but then the law is not changing. It's the states that's really standing up and making it legal on their end. The federal government ain't moved on nothing yet.
You're right about that. Well, this ends this episode of Who Cares What We Think. Tune in next week, not next week, the week after, for our next episode. Appreciate it.